Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FTB Sports. This is your daily transfer show. Today, we're joined with Crazy Mank. Hello, Crazy Mank. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, good. So transfer now. A few more weeks left to go. Could we say it's hotting up or not really? It's
A little
nothing
bit.
really, is it?
Well, there's been a couple of bits in there. The Ozil situation, David Alaba, um, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
He's still big players moving, so I'll
and then
take it.
also you got this whole thing with the myth at the moment since Sullivan took over West Ham. They're looking for their 50th striker as well. So yeah, still all to play for as well. But today, are we going to start off with the Ozil, the first one? Let's discuss about Ozil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me now, Ozil leaving Arsenal. Um, I don't know. It's baffled me because I was talking to someone today on Twitter asking them the reason why Ozil's leaving Arsenal because I'm a massive Ozil fan. I do understand fans' frustration with him because obviously looks lazy, but he's just got that genius, isn't he? Where whenever he gets the ball, he can anything can come of anything, can it really? So, what do you think? The reason why do you believe he's leaving Arsenal? Do you think it's because of football reason, or do you believe it's something bigger?
Definitely something bigger. There's been rumours going around that it's due to this religious situation that was going on. I don't know too much about that. I don't really want to comment about religious things.
True.
But I don't know. Is it a surprise that he's been dropped by Arteta, Wenger, Emery? I don't know. It could be different situations at different times where he was. It may have been that he was just underperforming at them certain situations, and you know what the fans were like back then on Ozil.
Yeah.
They were quite brutal, similar to how it is with Pogba at United. If there was a moment in the game where he was caught walking, it'd be all over social media. All the fans are getting on his back, and then someone would drop him.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he was no longer being picked, all the fans now want him back. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one, but I think that Arsenal are a weaker team without him, no doubt.
The thing with what gets me though is at the moment they've got Ozil. All right, then we spoke about obviously we believe he's been dropped by all these different managers and things like that. But why did they give him a new 350 £1,000 bumper pay rise when they weren't had no interest in playing him whatsoever? I don't get the madness behind it.
I think they had to. I think they lost a few players, didn't they? Where they run down their contracts and they were making it look like they couldn't close a deal. Obviously, they lost Sanchez, didn't they? They lost Ramsey. I know they got Mkhitaryan for Sanchez, but
Yeah.
I don't even know who got the worst trade there. But it was bad each way.
Yeah. So basically, for me, then looking at say for Ozil, it's a win-win situation really because what they're doing at the moment, he's going to go on loan. So obviously Arsenal's going to be paying. I believe it's going to be. They're trying to negotiate at the moment whether or not
is it a loan deal though? Because I heard that Arsenal were paying $7 million of his contract to release him.
Yes, so they're going to take like a 2 million because obviously if he runs his contract out, it's going to be 9 million, and I think they're negotiated to be about 7 million or just under 7 million. They're negotiating it for, but
right.
7 million, that's still a lot of money. But either for him to run it down, it still would be 9 million. So yeah, they're saving themselves about 1 point something million pound to be fair. So
Yeah.
the way I look at it is, I think Fenerbahce is getting a good player.
Very good.
But what would be good though? Imagine if they meet in the Europa League.
That'd be interesting. But obviously, if he's going on loan, then he won't be featuring anyway, will he?
Yeah. Mad B said none of the managers after Wenger really fancied him.
No, they didn't. They didn't, and I feel like it was all media and fan hype that cost him Ozil, because like I said a minute ago, the moment Ozil was seen walking or strolling around in the game, the Arsenal fans got on his back.
Yeah.
And then the moment he stopped getting picked, he was suddenly the messiah that they all wanted back. He's been treated quite poorly, to be fair. But I would be acting exactly the same as he is now, if I was in that same position. So as far as the Arsenal fans, they've screwed up for themselves.
Yeah. All Mad B said about him, wasn't he training with the first team as well? I don't believe he was. What I've heard, he was training with the under-21s. That's what I heard.
He's been training with the under-21s since the start of the season.
Yeah, because he's not been in the squad. He didn't get a squad number or anything like that. And plus, he's at home enjoying 350k a week, sitting there playing computer game and tweeting. Really,
could you imagine that? Could you imagine turning up, your best paid player? What number am I wearing this year? Oh, no, you're not in our squad, mate.
Yeah. It's terrible though. Welcome from Turkey. Oh, Fenerbahce. Hello, welcome. Hello, how you doing? You all right? Pleasure having you. So yes, we're talking about Ozil. What do you reckon he's going to bring to Fenerbahce? What do you believe he'll bring to Fenerbahce? Because again, he's 31 or 30, I think he's 31 years old. I think, to be honest with you, he's still got a lot in his tank.
Well, he's got a lot left in his tank. He's going to bring vision, assists, goals, creative play. He's the passing. He's not blessed with pace, but he's going to bring so much more to that Fenerbahce team. I don't know their team too well this year, but obviously I assume they're quite high up in their division, as they always are.
Yeah.
He's going to bring so much more. I mean, to be fair, I don't want to disrespect the team, but he is the sort of player that should be going to a big European giant.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but he's still that quality.
I believe as well there was, because of his mum or something like that, I believe he has come out before in the past, a couple of years ago, and did actually quote he would finish his career at Fenerbahce. He would finish it there.
Yeah, that's good.
He's
Fenerbahce got his own ambition.
Yeah, Fenerbahce is getting a player. They're getting a player.
Yeah.
He will walk in that team, and he will change everything around you, Fenerbahce. So, yeah, Fenerbahce, it's good. It's good for them. It's good for them.
That's a good point. I don't know if Ozil really wants football this much, or that much. Look at Bale. Bale's a strange one, because when you listen to the media on him, and when he's at Real Madrid, it looks like that he just wanted to sit there and didn't want to play football. But when you watch interviews of him when he come back to Tottenham, it seemed like that wasn't the case, and he always wanted to play football. And then you watch him play, and he doesn't look arsed. So I don't know with Bale.
Mad B, I'm gonna give Ozil the benefit of the doubt here, because the way I look at Ozil, he hasn't played for a long time, and I think a lot of people are critiquing him for a player who hasn't had the opportunity to play at Arsenal. So I think he's going to go out at Fenerbahce and prove his worth. Ozil will be healthy and good for the team, I believe. Yep, 100%. And I honestly believe Ozil will come to Fenerbahce, and Ozil he'll be hungry, because he's got a point to prove to, like, the Arsenal fans. He's going to have a point to prove to the media who's been digging him out. People who are in football, but technically speaking, like, we are talking about a player, but I'm talking about a player where I respect, and I look at his stats for Real Madrid in European football, and it's phenomenal. I'm looking at stats in the Premier League for Arsenal, and it's phenomenal. I was talking to an Arsenal fan today, and he was trying to tell me he's declined. I'm trying to say, how can a player who's got those stats decline in the Premier League? You don't. When you look at, and I always say it, talent is permanent. Talent and class is permanent. You don't lose that. You do not lose that at all.
You look at this season, so Arsenal haven't really conceded that many goals either. And if you were to look at the one thing they have struggled with is to get Aubameyang firing. I know he got 2 last night, but let's be honest, he's been shit all season. If you had Ozil starting most games in that position, creating for him, there's no way Arsenal will struggle for goals. You got a choice, haven't you? You can play Pepe out wide, you can play Willian out wide, you can play Aubameyang out wide, you can play Lacazette out front. I know they've got a couple of youth players coming through. But you had Ozil pulling the strings in that team. Whether he can run fast or not, the vision he possesses is unreal.
Black Rose is saying, obviously, with Ozil does support Fenerbahce as well. So yeah, it's a match. It's a good match.
Well, yeah, that's just it, isn't it? Try hard for the team.
Of memories, his work rate.
But don't forget, if you're watching, to make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you get the numbers up.
Yeah. Again, Mad B is saying about his decline. Was that not going better? Have those on work rate. That's why work rate. But again, Ozil is a luxurious player, and I understand he's a luxurious player. You need players. He's a bit like Pogba. I always say he needs someone to have the legs. But with some of these youngsters bringing them in, I'm telling you now, he would be phenomenal with some of these youngsters, and the youngsters could learn so much off Ozil.
Yeah, of course it could. Of course it could.
It could work. It would be so good. Imagine if they gave him the sort of like the last 6 months rather than send him to. So sorry, Black Rose, but just imagine he didn't go to Fenerbahce and they gave him a squad number and he played for the next 6 months. The amount of knowledge you give these youngsters is unreal, because he's been training with the under-21s.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's in decline, because we don't know, because we haven't seen him play. Last time we saw him play, he was the same Ozil that's always been there.
Yeah.
But he can't be, you can't have a play. You can't call him a player in decline and say he's not going to get better. We know he's not going to get better, but the way he is, he's probably not quite world class, but he's up there. And we know he's not going to get better, but Arsenal don't need him to get better. They just need him to be in there, providing them balls. And if they were, they wouldn't be sat 10th in the Premier League this week.
Yeah. So Black Rose again, what do you think of at FTB Sports? Well, Black Rose, we're a brand new channel. We do have we're on FTB. Sorry, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we're on Instagram as well. We're brand new. We've only been going with this YouTube channel now about 8-9 weeks. So we still got a lot to learn, but we'll do it slowly. Also, Black Rose, if you haven't watched, we also have ex-professional footballer Carly Osborne, who does our Sunday show as well for us. So, yep. Pogba does the work. Mad B, I always say it. For me, Pogba does work, but for me, I'm a Pogba fan. I'm hugely Pogba fan. And the amount of criticism he gets, listen, I'll always defend him. I
agree. I agree with that comment. I always said, you go back to other players like Lukaku and things like that, people say that they had a torrid time at United.
His position.
I probably would go with, if you, even as little as you play Lukaku in a Solskjaer team and he would get goals. You play. Do you remember a game probably about 4 years ago now? Mourinho's first Manchester United Liverpool game, and it was a boring 0-0. and Lukaku barely touched the ball.
Yeah.
Lukaku was getting criticised. I mean, you put a striker like Lukaku in that team, in a Mourinho team, very defensive, and try and get goals. It's not going to happen. You could stick Ronaldo and Messi up front together, and they wouldn't get goals in the Mourinho team playing that defensive. Look at Mourinho at Real Madrid. He played attacking football, and Ronaldo was hitting outrageous numbers.
Yeah.
And he won the league, got semi-finals of the Champions League, and that. You go and play Pogba in the position he plays in now, from when he first started at Man United. He's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's winning games. We're probably winning more trophies as well.
But I saw a stat out the other day, and it is so true. Since Pogba been at United, I think he's been almost like, what is it, first in a lot of duels. He's been first in since United. Like when it comes to conceding goals, goal scoring, for United, since he's been back, he's been phenomenal. I think for his last 8 games now, he's been outstanding for United.
No, he has, and that just goes to show how informed we are as well. That we're not just it's not just the individuals shining out; it's the team. Everyone's playing well.
Black Rose, thank you very much. Pleasure. Please like, subscribe, share, and tell your friends about us. We'd like to get up to about 200 followers. As I said, we have been going for about 8 to 9 weeks now, and we're doing everything as best as we can. We're trying to bring a show to you guys every day, but time and the people and stuff like that permit us not to do it. But let's move on now. So Ozil, almost done deal. So we'll move on to the next one now. Hold on, what's this now from? Before we move on about thingy, let's say Paul. Let's see what Charles got to say. The reason Pogba has been playing well is down due to the deal with the level in summer. Yeah, it could be right as well. Before we leave, we'll talk about Pogba.
Yeah.
It could be. But what would be?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Charles.
I feel like he could. I feel like it's probably more of a possibility that he is probably playing for the move. Whether Solskjaer pulls the unthinkable out of the bag and they go and win the league, whether that changes his opinion or not, I don't know.
You know what, as well, as much as people are saying about him playing for a move, what about if he's playing for a new contract?
Well, that's the thing, because we're all sat there thinking, oh no, United need Pogba, we're going to crumble without him. But when you have bankers as owners and directors, it's probably a case of Pogba really wants that contract and he's not being offered it.
So, Mad B, is this Ozil? The reason why he's getting criticised is because he's not about the. Oh no, that's going to be probably Pogba, isn't it? He's getting criticised because he wants a new contract. I think there is talks going on. I know last week reports did say that he is close to sign a new contract at Man United, but then a couple of days later, media outlets said he's close of leaving United. So we do not know what's going on with that yet.
It depends if he's on international duty or not, doesn't it?
Yeah, Charles. No, I'd still would say Pogba. Pogba is a United player. I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't sell him at all, to be honest with you.
No, it's just finding that consistency in the team. If you played a consistent team formation, Pogba would excel week in, week out, and he wouldn't be so inconsistent. Yeah,
and also he's saying about playing for a new contract. No way. He could be because I think he wants to get roughly the same money as De Gea, and De Gea is on, I think, 350k a week, and Pogba wants that as well. So De Gea is the highest paid player at the moment at United.
You think about how Pogba must be feeling. We're sat here talking about Mesut Ozil. He's getting that for playing in the under-21s.
There you go. So we're going to move on now to David Alaba. Okay. This is a player who has run his contract down. And when you look at him and people talk about this player, it seems like he's been around for a very long time, doesn't he? But he's only 28 years old. He's in his peak right now. I
know. He's I always think about him that he should be in his 30s or something. And he has been around for a while. But great defender, great pace. All good at reading the game as well. Very good judgment of the game, and I think I think he may have. The rumor has it that he signed a pre-contract with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But that's a bargain and a half. That is free.
But,
He's going there on a free, getting paid 11 million euros a year.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely great deal.
But the thing for me is as well, there was rumours about obviously Liverpool wanted him, but Liverpool was only willing to pay something like 9 million. United apparently went in for him as well and wanted to pay 12. But you could always see him going to either Barcelona or Real Madrid because they're in a process now of rebuilding. You could go to Barcelona or Real Madrid right now, and by say within the next season or two, you could become a hero, cult hero.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's very easy to go to a league like that at the moment, even in transition.
Yeah,
you can win the league.
Yeah,
you can win the league there. Going there, you go to the Premier League. You just got to look at the league table at the moment and see that probably 6 teams can win the league this season.
Because Barcelona
to win a trophy.
Yeah, Barcelona lost the Copa del Rey yesterday as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's like at the moment they're in decline. Real Madrid are in decline. So for him to go pre-contract Real Madrid, that's a good deal. I'm not going to complain. And right now, Bayern Munich losing a great player, top player. But what they'll do is they'll go to say, for instance, Leipzig or one of those teams and raid one of the players from there and just bring them there anyway. That's all they always do.
Up at Meccano.
Yep, that's it. Yep. There's a lot of people sitting there saying he might be going to Liverpool, City, or even, again, imagine him at Real Madrid with Abada. Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, that's their defence. Well, that's their
defence sorted out.
Yeah, for the next 5 years at least.
Yeah, and I think with Arcano as well, if I'm right to say, if he waits until the summer, right now, if you want him, you're going to spend about 80, 90 million on him. But if you wait for the summer, you can get him. His buyout clause is 45 million.
Yeah.
Take it. So yeah, him to. I think Real Madrid's getting a top player, class player, to rebuild. 28 years old. I'd love him at United to play alongside Bailly, but yeah, unfortunately, he's now pre-signed, as the rumor says it, for Real Madrid. Okay, so should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
And the next one is it to do with this great man here, who is a Tottenham Tottenham legend. Now, again, for me, 24 years old, and his stats again, it's ridiculous. I don't understand, but it's a Jose thing, isn't it? Really, when Jose go to a club, he always fall out with a player, doesn't he? And it seems like Ali's taking the fall. So the rumor is at the moment for Deli Ali is Paris Saint-Germain is weighing their pros and cons up by Friday to find out whether or not they want Ali at PSG. On the flip side of it, there's rumors as well saying that because if Ali does go to PSG, that Tottenham Hotspurs want to bring in Jesse Lingard from Manchester United.
Yeah, I think he's someone, Lingard. Lingard's a player that Mourinho obviously trusted quite a lot when he was playing. So
he started most games for United under Mourinho.
Yeah. And you can criticise Lingard all you like, but he does bring in a very defensive team that Mourinho has. He does bring that high energy.
Yeah.
And that's something you can't take away from him. But with Deli going, yeah, I feel like he's a personality that just won't get on and put the effort in for Mourinho.
Yeah,
I can see him fitting in well at PSG, but in regards to fitting in at Tottenham, Kane is playing his position. They're always playing that almost like false 9, aren't they? And then Son is the main outlet.
Yeah. But again, for me, when I look at Dele Alli, he's going to go with Poch, who is almost like a father figure to him. And I think Dele Alli is one of these players want to put someone needs to put a hand around him to basically say, you know what, everything's going to be all right. You can go out there, you can play. You know, if you make a mistake, you're not going to be sitting there barking at him. But the problem for me with Mourinho just has a trend of upsetting certain players. And what is it now? What would you believe if he went to, say, go PSG and does his 6 months loan there, and then all of a sudden Real Madrid go in for him at 24 years old?
Yeah.
Real Madrid come in for you, you're not going to sit there and you're not going to say no to them.
No, that's it. That's it, you're not.
What's this? Lingard time is done at United. Ali needs to go to PSG. Well, yes. But the thing is, I think if I'm right to say, Lingard has actually signed a new contract at Man United, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he signed a 2-year extension on his contract. So if Lingard is going to go 20, 25 million to Tottenham,
not a bad deal, is it?
That's not a bad deal. But can you really see Lingard going to Tottenham Hotspurs in this sort of January transfer window? Because isn't that letting the team gain an advantage over United?
No, he won't go in January. I think that new contract was signed was so they get a bit more money for him in the summer, probably.
Yeah.
Because I think he knows deep down he's not getting back into that United setup.
You know what team I think Lingard would fit in perfectly? I know we're coming off the Ali subject. We'll come back onto it in a minute. Is the West Ham.
Yeah, potentially.
West Ham would suit him down to the ground. And at the moment, West Ham need a striker. He's not a striker, but again, with it, he can go in and I think he can, do a good job.
Yeah, West Ham need a miracle.
Well, they're doing well. They're playing Man City. Is it Man City they're playing on Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember. But yeah. So go back to Deli Ali now. Is it time for Deli Ali to leave Spurs now? Is it the right time for him?
I don't know, because we keep hearing these rumours, and they keep being squashed by Mourinho. So I don't know if what is being said is true, because we all keep hearing, they're having the training ground bust up. We know from the documentary that Mourinho doesn't like that he's not a good trainer.
Yeah.
And things like that. But I don't know whether Mourinho sort of said he looks at the way things went towards the end of the season. It was so inconsistent with the team.
Yeah.
Whether he's then said, do you know what? I'm going to play more defensive this year anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to bring Kane in because he can play a better pass than Ali can.
Yeah.
I know Ali has that. He has that bit of magic, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That in that odd moment of the game, but he's not consistent, which is why he would fit well into the. He would fit well into a team in the French league, because the other teams in that league are terrible, and Ali would have a field day.
Yeah.
Especially with Neymar, Mbappe either side of him, and who else they got? Icardi in front of him as well. Di Maria, Jesus Christ.
So Charles just put on here about, obviously he's got this is going to be about Lingard that got a year extension, so he can't go for free. Yeah, we know I think that's what we're saying, about 15-20 million probably for him. Mad B is saying I can't see Spurs letting him go. He has to do what Ndombele did. You got to work rate to match your talent. Yeah, but I think, to be honest with you, yes, I can understand that. We don't know what's going inside, because again, it's the same thing what Jose did with Pogba, wasn't it? He knew there was cameras there, and he made Pogba out to look absolutely silly in front of the cameras, so like it was all Pogba. Yeah. So again, Jose has got like those things. We know he has what he does to certain players. He walk into a club, he doesn't like it. Because also, when you got to look at Dele Alli, when Mourinho first walked in the club, it's almost like he was one of his main players, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dele Alli was doing anything for him, but then all of a sudden in the summertime, it all went pear-shaped, really, to be honest with you. But for me, Dele Alli, I think by the end of the week, I reckon he'll be a PSG player.
Oh, it's a big statement.
It'll be it's a big statement. I think he will be, though. I think he will be at PSG. I honestly believe that. And the reason I believe it is, there's no coming back. There's absolutely no coming back from this.
Yeah.
Even Jose came out yesterday or day before yesterday in his press conference and said something like, the door is always open. And then his next word was, I don't know what we're doing with him.
Yeah.
So that's telling me the same things. Just like how Mikel Arteta said, we want to keep Ozil at the beginning. We don't know what's happening, and then all of a sudden Ozil is now going to Fenerbahce. So yeah,
that's it.
I don't believe it for 1 minute. So yeah, but should we wrap it up, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at FTB Sports, and we shall see you later on tonight for the Premier League preview show hosted by Ian, and also it's going to be Stitches on FTB Stitches tonight. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you. Bye.